healing the sick, running a successful business, keeping the nation secure, making important scientific discoveries, recognizing the beauty of mathematics, leading through faith. Today, we recognize 6 alumni who took the foundation of their liberal arts education to create lasting impacts on their careers, lives, and North Central College. Lara Ellison never backed down from a challenge, and a major one came from her biology professor and advisor, Dr. John Zenchak. I
was chatting with him one day and I said, I think I'm going to go to medical school. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good fit for you. So I was like, what? So I left thinking, really? He doesn't think I can do it?
But Lara persisted, making sure she did whatever she could to get into medical school.
So I called him and I said, okay, it's time. I need my letter of recommendation and I know exactly what you were doing. You wanted to see if I really wanted to do it, so you made me think that you didn't believe in me. And so I have figured you out and I need my letter. So all he said was, very good.
And she made good on that letter, graduating from the Chicago College of Osteopathic Medicine. Lara is now a family medicine doctor with Edward Elmhurst Health. Gerald Mehcad became a cardinal with his twin brother Harold, and his experiences at the college shaped him into who he is today.
What I've gotten from North Central, one is critical thinking. The other is project management, being able to effectively run several very complicated projects at one time.
While at North Central College, Gerald ran with the track and field team. And as a senior, he was on the 4x400 relay team that won at the prestigious Drake Relays.
When I think of team and I think of North Central, they go hand in hand. I've learned over my life that success, you can't accomplish success alone. You must have a team.
Today, Gerald is a financial professional with a successful State Farm agency. John Hancock came to North Central College to play basketball.
Turns out the best decision I ever made in my life. It was a great school.
After graduating, John began working for the Defense Supply Agency with the United States government in a position of counterintelligence in industrial security. This would be the foundation for his career as a civil servant. His work for the State Department took him all over the world.
And I took over all the procedural security aspects of the State Department globally. Most of the initial reports from overseas on issues or incidents come to the State Department, and then it's pushed off to the White House.
John played a major role in making sure the embassies in Moscow and Beijing were safe and secure from technical and terrorist attacks.
And to see that flag go up and know that we had a secure embassy in Moscow was a very gratifying feeling.
Howard Sprecher dedicated his career to scientific development and teaching the next generation of scientists. And it all started at North Central College.
There were really 2 professors in the department. The first one taught us inorganic chemistry the first year, and then we moved into organic chemistry, and that was taught by Dr. Coton, and he was instrumental in focusing us into a career in chemistry.
Howard earned his PhD from the University of Wisconsin, and he applied for a job at the Ohio State University, thinking he would be there for a few years. 35 years later, he retired.
My focus was on what you call fatty acids, and the techniques I learned in chemistry at North Central and subsequently at the University of Wisconsin allowed me to do that kind of thing.
Robert Krzyzanowski came to North Central College when he was 11.
It's called the Letterman Scholars Program, and it was targeted for kids who are still in high school who want to explore college-level STEM fields. In my case, it was with math.
At 16, Robert graduated with degrees in math, computer science, and physics, and went on to the University of Illinois at Chicago.
I studied pure mathematics, number theory, decided to go very sort of deep into theorem proving, thinking I want to understand, the pure beauty and truth of the universe. After exploring the academic route a little bit, I realized like a lot of the skill sets I'd built at North Central, this sort of dichotomy between doing lots of programming and lots of math, were really more suited. I really wanted to sort of do stuff that was more hands-on and real.
Robert currently works for Avant, an online consumer lender where he builds tools for data scientists to make predictions for customers. When Lin Priest came to North Central College, he initially thought about becoming a math teacher, but he couldn't ignore a calling to the ministry. He registered for seminary before he even finished his undergraduate studies. 27 years after graduating from North Central College, Lin returned, this time as college chaplain.
North Central was so incredibly important to me. Those 4 years were just transformative. The experiences I had really helped to shape my life. I met my wife at North Central. The speakers that we had, they really opened the world to me.
During his 20 years as college chaplain, Lin talked with students about a variety of life issues, like breakups and family tragedies. He counseled those interested in ministry, officiated marriages, and helped students better understand their own faith. He helped organize service trips, mentored student service organizations, and led campus worship services. In 2001, Lin was named Chaplain of the Year. These 6 alumni of North Central College show dedication to their careers, their communities, and their college. In 2009, Lara and her husband Shane, a 1995 graduate of North Central College, created a scholarship in memory of 2 of Lara's patients, both children, who died of a rare brain tumor.
We've always wanted to give back to North Central. We can, help shape the next doctor, help expand the field and, options for cures.
Lara also serves on North Central College's Board of Trustee Associates. Gerald continues to support the students and new alumni of North Central College, offering internships and employment.
Being at North Central College, you always feel important. Whenever I go to North Central, I feel important.
Gerald is also on the Board of Trustee Associates. John has also done work in the private sector, advising on the Star Wars program in the 80s, and after he retired from the government, joined a board of directors to help a government contractor get top-secret clearance.
There's a very broad education, liberal arts is, and that's what some of the federal agencies are looking for, especially the intelligence agencies like CIA and State Department are looking for that type of education and looking for a well-rounded individual.
John is also on the Class of 1967 50-year reunion and homecoming committee. While Howard is internationally known as an authority on fatty acid metabolism, he was surprised when his research was dubbed the Sprecher pathway.
Well, I was a little bit surprised because usually you don't name things after that way. It would be a scientific description of what happened. And I read it in the literature for the first time. They dubbed it Sprecher pathway. And I kind of, well, what is the Sprecher pathway? Well, I realized what they were talking about, but I don't know who it was who coined the phrase.
Howard has also interacted on a professional level with researchers and Nobel laureates. And he's the author of over 200 publications in scientific journals. Robert sees a lot of growth with his current line of work. And it all comes back to the foundation he received at North Central College.
Being a liberal arts college, the whole point is to feed people who are open to new experiences. I think that really fed well with my personality type. That's definitely something I've always noticed about myself, is I'll just jump into something and see what happens, and sometimes it's swim and sometimes it's sink.
As this year's Wall of Witness recipient, Lin recognizes the special privilege of being the college chaplain.
There are students coming who are very concerned about doing good things in the world. The majority of North Central students come through and you think, wow, it's really a privilege to be in a place like this.